Meghan, we talked with your organization about a year and a half ago on this very subject of risk management. I think it's actually our most successful Super Cyber Friday event ever, and it appears that people really care about this subject of risk. But a lot has changed in the past year and a half. What would you say is the biggest change that we've seen?
People have been looking for some sort of framework or model to handle risk management, and there just really isn't that guidance out there. And so a lot of folks are struggling to implement it.
And this is the thing we know is most important, and it's hard to know what to do next.
People in the GRC world, we're used to having those frameworks, and for lack of a better word, we like checklists, right? We like a clear model, and risk management just doesn't have that. Where do you start, and how do you make that connection between some of the compliance stuff you're already doing and the risk management that you so desperately need?
What's going to get me to the point where I understand what I'm doing? I know I'm going in the right direction.
The easiest thing to do is if you think about the relationship between risks and controls. So they're really two sides of the same coin. So if you're already doing control assessments, you already know what mechanisms you have in place to meet your compliance requirements. All you need to do is connect those control activities to your risks. And when you do that, the control activities are basically a risk remediation plan. And if you can put those things together, you can actually demonstrate risk reduction simply by doing the compliance activities you're already doing within your organization.
What do you find is the biggest thing that people struggle with?
The biggest hurdle they have is defining what a risk is. So if we don't have a unified definition or model of what risk management is, a lot of folks just end up putting anything that's sort of negative or bad to their organization into a bucket, into a risk register. So if you're just looking at risks as sort of this bucket of things, how do you prioritize that? How do you know what's really going to be impactful into what areas of your business? I see a lot of people who use threats, risks, vulnerabilities sort of interchangeably, but each of those have very unique definitions and very unique impacts into your organization.
That is a good point. And you really teased exactly what we're going to talk about this Friday on Super Cyber Friday, June 2nd, 2023. It's going to be the future of risk management. Here's all you need to know.